Let's get demonetized or taken down or copyrighted because I'm playing music in the background of this video. You know? It's so crazy. You can own music and you don't really own it. Oh, wait, I better turn that down before I get my video taken down, right? You can buy a CD. You can go buy a CD, put it in a boom box, and play it for everybody on the block, and there's no cop arresting you. But you use a song like, in the background of a video or whatever. You can credit. I understand if you're trying to take credit for the song, like I made this song. Same thing with art or whatever, but if you credit the artist, hey, this is, you can officially link it to whatever store page or whatever, Hey, I'm using this song. By this artist, yeah, I'm using the song. Unless it's using it for something fucked up, I don't know, weird snuff films or something. I just think you should be able to use whatever music, as long as you own it. If you own the music file, if you bought it or whatever from if you bought it from a distributor, a music distributor, digital, everything's digital now. It's kind of like Spotify. I don't own anything. I pay all this money to use Spotify. I love Spotify. It's cool, but it's you pay all the money to listen to any music you want. But then as soon as you stop paying, it's all gone. That cool playlist you really love, that maybe you built on that playlist for 2 years, now it's gone. It's the thing. You don't own anything anymore. But enough of that. I was in the conspiracy subreddit or whatever, and some of those threads, some of these people, I feel like they need help. It's some kind of schizophrenia on some of them. But just again with the mask thing too, it's man, it's beating a dead horse. Oh, they just want to control you. Oh, Bill Gates, 666, nanotechnology chipping us, 5G, radio waves. They want to control us. That's why they're asking us to wear tiny little cotton masks that you take off immediately when you're out of the grocery store. That's a form of control. I guess everything's a form of control. A woman kissing me is a form of control when she wants me to do what she wants me to do. It's just crazy. Your parent asking you to do something or you're grounded, right? That's some kind of dictatorship form of control, or somebody trying to reward you. Hey, I'll buy you a chocolate bar if you if you get good grades. You know what I mean? It's all forms of control, right? Every single interaction in some way is some sort of battle for control. I don't consider wearing a mask during a pandemic some fucking bad thing. I don't understand. I don't get it. It's not like the government is asking you to put on a pair of handcuffs when you walk in a grocery store. I don't get how that's controlling you. I really don't understand. And again, I honestly just think it's I don't know, you want me to see your pretty lips or something? It's weird. It's weird, honestly. I think it's aesthetic. It's for how these rugged patriots, these guys, they see themselves, or these women too. Women are doing it too, but they see themselves as these freedom fighting patriots or something. It's just it's such a fucking it's such a, well, what's the word? It's such a petty, aesthetic thing. Oh yeah, there's a mask. I'm wearing a tiny mask that I can breathe perfectly through. I just wore one of those blue surgeon masks, and it was amazing how easily I breathed through it, honestly. Just reaffirming my own belief. It was amazing how well I breathed through that. Just one of those little blue surgeon. I was actually concerned. I breathed through it so well that I was concerned, actually. I was man, I breathe through this thing too well. It's almost like I'm not even wearing anything. But that's a form of control, right? Everything's a form of control. You on social media, right? If you're spouting off about control, get the fuck off social media. You're such a hypocrite. The news, form of control. Social media, right? It's been proven, right? Advertisers, man. I mean, these big companies with these advertisements, they just try to manipulate you to buy their product. The targeted ads on Google. I mean, everything's just a form of control already. Wearing a some lady who's paid $9 an hour, and yeah, the state or whatever like mandated is, okay, you can please wear a mask in the grocery store because a lot of people walk through here and we don't know who has what virus. So just please be courteous and wear a mask or we'll ask you to leave. Yeah, that's right. A tiny little mask that costs whatever. You could buy one. Nowadays, they're pretty easy to find, 99 cents. Just crazy. I didn't really want to talk about masks again, though. Talking about conspiracy theories, though. I mean, the education system. Here's another conspiracy theory made for, Reddit. But I mean, it's probably because they didn't have any better way to set up the education system. But it really is pretty crazy how, like, when you're in school, I've noticed this, and obviously there's courses that are more, writing intensive, or if you're in, like, a lot of art courses, of course, then, oh yeah, draw a picture. It's not, like, necessarily what I'm about to describe. But in a lot of classes, it could be, science or history or whatever, you're kind of just doing the same thing on like the quizzes and tests or whatever. Like all you're doing is flipping through the chapter, and then you look for the bolded words and then memorize the key points. Basically just definition. You're just memorizing definitions basically. You look up a keyword and then you just memorize key points. Like, so it's science class, for example, Mesozoic era, like, this thousands years ago or whatever, how many thousands. I mean, I'm in a car, I don't know, I'm not looking it up. But it's just like, Mesozoic era, 10,000 or 100,000 or 100,000. You're just saying it over and over again, you know what I mean? And this form of learning, it's like, they can't teach wisdom. The way it is really the way they teach, though, it's unfortunate because it really is just one skill over and over. You can call the class whatever you want. That's the same thing with history. Oh, like 1969, that's what I did in history class too. In 1958, like, it's just the key things that happened in 1958. So there's the bolded term, okay, or memorize the key, like, things that happened in 1958 or whatever. You want to break it down into subcategories. Okay, now here's the thing that happened in 1958. What was the relevance of that thing? It's all just definitions. So, I mean, it's a shame that, like, test-taking skills, quiz-taking skills, it's really the only skill you need to get through, like, 80% of school. It's like one particular skill. And it just so happens that one particular skill does translate well into just being kind of a worker drone, right? It's basically setting you up for the 9 to 5. Somebody's on the road here. It's like whatever, 10 o'clock at night, someone's running on the road. Okay. Yeah, it basically sets you up to be a worker drone, really, the 9 to 5. And I guess this video is about the 9 to 5 now, and I don't really understand, I don't understand why everyone is buying into it. So I get it, you get older and you're kind of bored and don't know what else to do other than, like, have a kid and work your 9 to 5, right? But I don't get it. Sorry, I thought this person had their brights on. Yeah, I don't get the appeal, because I feel like once you're kind of locked in that system, it's just sort of like, it's your death, like, you wake up the next day, you'll be 65 years old. Oh, I'm about to retire soon, and then you're an old person who can't even appreciate the time you have now in your retirement fund or whatever. Who cares? The retirement should be when you're, until you're 30. And here's the thing, it should be like that movie Midsummer. That's whatever they were in Switzerland or Sweden or whatever that was. That, like, little, I don't even know what to call it, the little cult society or whatever there. But basically, they let you be a kid until you're like 20 or whatever. You don't need a job, or however old, 25, or basically say, like, yeah, you don't have a job. You're supposed to, like, go around and, like, have fun and do whatever. And then you get a job. You become an adult, and then you get a job. You basically work the rest of your life. And that's how it should work, because that's how it works now, other than it's opposite, right? I mean, you work basically as soon as you can get a job, and then you retire when you're whatever. And then wow, I'm old. I have no energy left. My body hurts. I'm old. I mean, I already feel old at 29. And that's the big, here's a big conspiracy for you. They tell you to buy into this shit. You buy into life. Buy into what I say is important in life. Whether it's the man, right? It's your parents. It's anybody trying to propagate the system forward. I mean, who the people who want retirement, right? I got to pay into their Social Security or whatever it is. We got to have worker drones keep working, right? But the thing is, if I can go to the hospital, if I could go to the hospital and be put down like, the dog you put down or the cat you put down so easily without any sort of, is there some sort of competency test, you know what I mean? Or is your dog, you can put the dog down? I mean, he's sick. Okay, you can put him down. I mean, there's really let's be honest, there's not much involved in that. If I can go be put down like a dog, like some sick dog, then yeah, they realize if they flip that on its ass, the whole working thing, okay, yeah, you can have fun until you're 25 or 30, you just honestly will give you some sort of decent pay, and you can do whatever, you can go get an education, or you can go have fun and troll around bars and just travel, or do whatever you want. Do whatever you want in your youth. Let's even say 30, and then work the rest of your life. I mean, I gotta think a lot of people will just end it right at 30. Honestly, if you could go to the hospital and just get put down, I honestly think a lot of people would just end it. Or maybe they'd work for 5 to 10 and then do it. I think that's a big conspiracy. That's it's when it's too late. You realize when it's too late. You realize this thing, you're always looking forward to tomorrow or next week. In a lot of ways, I do it myself. It's I brush my teeth, I take a shower, I work out, I do the daily grind. Even without a job, it feels so grindy. Life feels so grindy for this whatever of enjoyment. For maybe, in a day I might watch a funny TV show or whatever, or some passing conversation. I might get an hour of enjoyment, genuine joy out of my day. But the rest is just kind of upkeep. And I feel yeah, it's the same thing for the weekend too, right? I mean, it's everybody living for the weekend or whatever. And these people in these 9 to 5s, and I don't know what makes their life meaningful. Having a kid, I mean, that's an ego thing, right? I mean, having a kid, there's really no point. I figured out when I was 12 years old, on a philosophic level, I never wanted to have a kid because I realized it would always just be for me. That's why I never wanted to have a kid. I knew it would always just be for me, not for that kid. It was always it'd be something that I want to make myself happy. And I feel that's really, it's really bad. Sorry, I'm taking a turn. Can't think of a better word in my vocabulary. I'm a simpleton now. It's really bad, and I think it's irresponsible, and it's selfish. That's what I think having a kid, and that's the word I arrived at too when I was 12 years old. I think it's selfish, honestly, to have a kid. Because you have a kid for yourself, not for them, for your pleasure, right? I mean, you think it's going to make your life meaningful. I mean, I noticed that a lot with these, no offense, the teen mom type, they always just seem so lost. They have no real hobbies, they don't have any good friends, they're just these whatever, sorry, just trashy people with nothing really to live for. Maybe they were fucking abused or whatever. It's just a lot of trashy people just want to have kids to somehow give their life meaning or whatever. And it's just a fact. More intelligent people have less kids. That's a fact. You can argue it any way you want. And right, trashier people have more kids more often. And yeah, man, if only life was maybe you could just live how you want to live. Actually, it's everyone around you telling you how to live your life. And I've noticed that the whole thing with getting a job, why are you so excited about getting a job? Who cares? I've had jobs. I've had many jobs. I don't have a job right now. It's pretty great. How long is it going to last, right? You can say oh man, how long is that going to last? You can't be a mooch forever. Well, I could be a mooch for as long as I can try, right? Maybe I can just be a mooch forever. What's the difference between some bum on the street and some guy working a 9 to 5? Oh yeah, the guy working the 9 to 5 can take a vacation once in a while. He can afford a car that he wants to buy or whatever, but he's still locked in the system this 8-hour day. He gets home tired and now he's raising his kid that, you know, was just a selfish, I don't know, motivation piece for himself to keep going, or herself, or whatever. And I mean, what's the difference between the person like living off the land? You know, oh, I'm a mooch. Yeah, sorry, I can't afford the car. Can you give me a shitty car, a rust bucket car? Maybe I'll ride a bike. I don't know. Hey, you have any stale bread? You gonna throw that out? I mean, like, who cares? I have my 8-hour day. I can do whatever I want. And so these people say, like, oh, it gets boring or whatever. I mean, what? It's not boring working an 8-hour day at your fucking slave desk job? I don't know. It sounds pretty much a boring waste of time to me as well. So, I mean, yeah, it can't all be mooches, right? But at the same time, I mean, I think if in life, I mean, that's the big conspiracy. If you actually got a piece of the pie, if you get a piece of the pie, I'm more prone, at least personally, to you know, do my fair share and contribute, right? I mean, I've said it time and time again. I've worked at, like, say, Dunkin' Donuts, for example. Just a great example of just a shitty, like, high schooler, low-paying, minimum wage job. They expect you to do everything. They expect you to do just about everything in the store other than, like, order the stock. Like, I don't bake the donuts or order, like, the cups and, like, ship them. I'm not the truck driver that brings the stock to the store. But when it comes to, like think of a mom and pop shop running a store. The only really additional thing they do is, like, you know, the desk behind work of ordering the stock or whatever, figuring out those numbers. But everything else, yeah, they're doing all the work. You know what I mean? They're, like, making the fucking sales. They're, you know, you're putting the product in a bag, or they're making the coffee, they're making the sandwiches. And that's what you do at Dunkin'. You know, or that's what I did, at least however long ago that was, like 8 years ago or something now, or whatever. Maybe, you know, 7 years ago or something. But, I mean, it's you and one other, like, high schooler, basically, and you're running the store for the day or the half a day or whatever. You're basically running the place. And I've heard this time and time again. I've heard other stories, like, yeah, they basically, like, put me in the store and it was, like, just me, and they kind of just expected me to do everything. Like, you're the cleaner, you're the cook, you're the coffee server, you're the order taker, you're the register guy, you clean the bathrooms, you wipe the tables. I mean, you do everything. And they're giving you $8. It's crazy. That's the thing. It's like, in this new world order where everything's run by this corpocracy, everything's run by these, like, corporations, like, they expect these fast food workers, these, like, minimum wage workers. Yeah, minimum wage should be higher. Period. It should. Minimum wage should be higher. Because minimum wage as it stands, you're put on with one other person doing everything. You're doing just as much work as anyone else. You're doing just as much work as that manager. They don't do more work than you. It's the same thing anywhere, honestly. I have the same feeling about, like, honestly, even harder jobs like doctors and whatever. I mean, yeah, you went to school for 8 years, good job. But when it comes to, like, the job itself, no one really ever does more work than anyone else. I would argue, though, if you're, like, a ditch digger, yeah, you're doing more work than, like, someone who does porn. Like, you're doing more work than them, right? But there's a lot of, like, just that mindless, like, job. Like, oh, I'm going to my 9 to 5 today. Whatever rung you're on, whether you're the worker ant or, like, the middle management or the whatever, the head honcho, I honestly don't think you're ever really doing more work than anyone else. You should just get your piece. Just get your piece. And that's, like, why do so many people seem so reluctant to just work some shitty job? I mean, if you want to get ahead, it's good to have $1. I mean, trust me, you can't make an investment with nothing to invest, right? And I'm the type of person, and I proudly, and honestly, it might be my demise, right? It might be my downfall. I might look back on wasted years and just be like, you know what? Maybe I should have been working at Pizza Hut. I could have saved my money over the course of years and years. You know, on minimum wage, it takes forever, right? If you have any sort of bills at all, if you're not literally a high schooler living with your parents, no bills at all, you can't really live on minimum wage. I mean, you can't really live, like, live. I mean, you can live on it, right? But you can't live. You can't live a good life. You can live a shit life. I mean, you can live paycheck to paycheck. You're not realistically going to save up your money for anything substantial or fun in any kind of, meaningful amount of time. You could say, oh, well, I saved up for 7 years on my Pizza Hut job, and then I finally bought the car of my dreams. Now I'm an old man. It's so stupid. Crash it into a fucking tree, dude. Seriously, you might as well. I don't know what tangent I was going on. The point is, give these people a piece of the pie. Maybe I'll look back and be like, shit, I should have been working at Pizza Hut. Maybe I will. Because I'm the type of person, I proudly say, I've got my time in my pocket, and honestly, I'm proud of it. I'm proud that I have my time in my pocket to myself, and I can use it for whatever I want. Some strike of inspiration. I want to make a stupid YouTube video, some 35-minute YouTube video of me ranting in my car, and I have the energy for that now, and I can do it whenever. I mean, it happens to be at 10 o'clock at night. Probably wouldn't be working my 9 to 5 now anyway, right? I'm just saying, in the middle of the day, if I have some inspiration, even if I want to listen to music for an hour, if I want to work out for an hour, if, I'd be at some desk job, I want to draw a picture for an hour, whatever. I want to, take the time, make a nice lunch, have a coffee, have a cigarette, whatever. Honestly, I'd rather live exactly how I want to live and know that I have my time and did what I wanted with it. And yeah, it closes some doors, right? You can't do everything you want with your time without money, but then again, I'd argue minimum wage isn't real money. So where is this person? What is this person? Maybe I'm talking about myself. I mean, I have a 4-year degree. I mean, I'm a college educated person. And even now, I honestly feel like one of the most bottom rung members of society. I'm from a middle class, I would argue, I don't want to say lower middle class, but like middle class family. And I honestly just feel like an absolute peasant with my 4-year degree. Like, okay, I'm qualified to go work at Subway now. What do I do? I mean, a lot of people are feeling this way. I'm not the only one. I've heard this again and again. These college-educated people are just struggling to find some okay job. Some okay, let's shut our mind off for the next 35 years and retire and what the fuck happened to my life job. Really, people are begging for it. That's the thing. I mean, you gotta write these for just some like whatever low-end middle-class job. It's like you're writing a letter to Santa. You have to write a big cover letter. Please give me the job. Please let me work for you. In a world where you have to beg somebody to fucking work for them. It's crazy. Please, can I work? Please, can I work? See, I don't know. Maybe that's me as an American or a privileged white male or whatever, your stupid liberal agenda. I don't know. But it's like in a world where I have to beg somebody to go work for them. It's crazy. It should be the other way around. Hey, I need workers. Here's the pay I'm offering. I'll pay you to do this thing I want you to do, right? I mean, it should be the other way around. It's all these apologists too, and this reminds me a lot of it's the state of entertainment now too, how everything is released without it really being done. I mean, I hate to make this too much of a niche video for gamers, but it's the whole early access thing for video games now or whatever, like entertainment products made for your consumption. They release it early. They release them early before they're done and you have to pay full price for something that's not even done, that takes, over the course of the next, I mean, sometimes it takes years. I mean, I've noticed some of these early access, it's years later and it's never really done. And then they slap a 1.0, oh, it's the official release, and it's not really done. You can tell it's not really a finished product, right? I mean, it goes hand in hand. It's not the same exact thing. It's like the apologists, though. It's like, right, you wanna talk about masks and being a fucking cuck? Seriously. Oh, the government, they're making me wear a mask in a global pandemic. How about when you buy a fucking video game for full price when it's a fucking turd, honestly? How about when you're begging for, seriously, you're being a consumer, you're going out, you're spending a shitload of money on dumb crap, on the newest phone, the newest clothes, newest whatever. I'm serious, I hate to be that guy, like I'm a mountain man living in the forest. I'm not. I'm a consumer too. I just choose wisely because, yeah, I don't really have much money. So I'm real smart about when I want to buy something for entertainment. I make that case of beer go a long way. Trust me. I feel like at the end of the day, that's all it's about. Having good friends, having a drink, laughing, joking around, telling a story. I mean, that's almost free, man. I can make that dollar go real far. Some people make it way too complex. They gotta go surfing in Hawaii. They gotta go, and then that's not enough. They gotta go surfing in Hawaii with a little teacup in their hand while they're sipping tea with a top hat on. You know, some people's fun it costs a lot of money. That's the same thing with some people's sex, but you know, I'm no judge, right? I mean, I've got fetishes myself. But some people's sex gets complicated, and that's, you know, my dude in Mendham, right? That's what he says. So I'm kind of copying his point there. But some people really, they do make it overly complicated to how they derive pleasure from living. And you want to talk about being a cuck for wearing a fucking mask or whatever. The same thing with your entertainment. Same thing with these jobs, right? Oh, please, can I have a lower middle class job, Santa? And right, with that attitude, I'll never get one, right? I'm not going to necessarily say that. I understand the strategy. I understand what you're supposed to say. But it's like, and I talked to a career advisor, and she said, wow, I can't really see anything wrong with your resume. It actually all looks pretty good. I'm surprised you're not getting any calls back. I mean, it's a tough time with this virus and everything. I'm not getting any calls back at all. I'm a 4-year college grad, got great grades. I'm a white dude, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be racist about it, but apparently it's such a privilege. It's such a foot in the door. It really isn't. You know, I'm a college educated white male, 29 years old. I'm having a real hard time finding just a nice middle class position. Back in the day, I mean, they'd be sucking my dick, honestly. Really, they would. Oh, right this way, sir, for your middle class life, right? I mean, it's getting really hard. I don't know if they're making too much room for the women and the, you know, whatever, the Eskimos and all the minorities or whatever. And I'm kidding, right? I mean, if you can't see through that, just shut off, just give me my downvote and fucking close the video, honestly, if you understand what I'm saying about that. If you can't see through the fucking lines, just close the video. I don't give a shit anymore, honestly. But honestly, you want to talk about being a fucking cuck, honestly. It's just like, oh yes, please, sir, can I get my $10 an hour? For can I work like a slave for the next 30 years of my life for nothing? Some pipe dream, some American dream that was indoctrinated in me by my parents because their religious parents had some sort of weird notion about this is the way of life and you're supposed to do it this way. And yeah, dude, I'll live however I want, honestly. And when I can go to the hospital, here's the thing, I'll tell you what, I won't live however I want. When I can choose to go to the hospital and be put to sleep, just nice pleasantly be put to sleep, then they inject something to stop my heart, nice pleasant, they can put me down like the sick dog that I am, you know, as societally would say, right? When that can happen, sure, I'll live by your stupid ideals. But until then, yeah, I'm not going to be a cuck for getting a fucking shit like lower middle class slave 9 to 5, you know? Same thing with like entertainment. I'm not gonna buy into this apologist shit. Oh, they're trying their best, man. Like they made it for some kind of bullshit microtransaction, mobile cash grab, click here and, you know, habituate you literally like a fucking slave. And people don't understand this. I've talked to people about it and they're such apologists, honestly. They don't see through the ruse. That's what's so concerning. It's something that's it's so clear. Here's the real conspiracy theory. Stuff like this that's so clear to me. Like, yes, this entertainment is bullshit. It's nothing. It's vacuous. It's nothing. It's literally meant to habituate you like a hamster. You click this and then you pay $3 for whatever, the upgrade, the boost, the farming boost. It's so stupid. Just buy a case of beer. Learn a funny joke, buy a case of beer, and go hang out with your friends. You don't got friends? I mean, when the virus is over, obviously, when the pandemic's over, go to a bar, make some friends, hit on a girl, go flirt with a hot girl. That's a good skill. It's a good skill, honestly. Learn how to flirt with women. See, I spent a couple years of being terrible at doing that. Really, you can get better at it. I spent years of being awful at it, and it was almost a joke to me. It was like bashing my head against the wall. I was a real late bloomer in that regard. I really was. But I got okay at it. And it's like trial and error. I would be like, I would walk up to people and just say some ridiculous shit like like almost like maybe I was too cool to really like give it a real solid try, right? But like, you know, it's one of those things like, it's trying to like bash your head into it until you're just comfortable like doing it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just knowing you're gonna mess up. You want to be a drooling idiot, then, you know, consume the mass-produced shit that the quote-unquote man wants you to consume. The one that you're so scared of. Oh no, it's a muzzle for me. The man's trying to control me. Bill Gates 666, microchips, 5G, they're gonna convert us to dictatorship. Oh God, it's all conspiracy. You're part of the problem. You're a stupid consumer. You're a dumb fucking consumer having a kid for your pleasure, not because the kid wants to be born. The kid wants nothing. It doesn't exist. And then you're buying all these really expensive pleasures that, yeah, they're overpriced, dude. Trust me. Like, waiting in the line at Cedar Point it's overpriced, dude. Trust me. Waiting 2 hours to go on a fucking 2-minute roller coaster, it's just overpriced. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. I mean, that's the big conspiracy. It's really not worth your time. I mean, the same thing with going to the movies. Oh man, I have to sit in the seat and I can't really pause it. It's not the comfort of my own home, and it costs $10, and the refreshments, I'm not allowed to bring in my own snacks, and it costs me, I mean, cost me fucking $15. I mean, you know, for snacks, and I mean the whole thing. It's just like, yeah, no, I'd rather just pirate it, honestly. If they made it reasonable, if they made it like what it's actually worth, I'd pay for it. But that's the big conspiracy, right? You know, if they charged you what the shoes were actually worth or whatever. Yeah, I mean, not that I'm not buying shoes occasionally, right? I mean, I indulge in a good, you know, a pair of Nikes or Pumas once in a while, but same thing with the movies. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not some guy living in a tree. But again, I just pick and choose. I don't have much money to spend, but I pick and choose, and I try to make my dollar go far. Right? I try to make my time go far too. And sometimes you say no mas, you know, with oh, I'm making $8 an hour to suck your dick all day long. Oh wow, I have to literally run this business, but I don't get a piece of the pie in the business. I don't really get a solid slice. I get $8 and I'm literally doing everything. I'm cleaning toilets and making the food and taking the orders and making. Oh yeah, no thanks. Yeah, no thanks. You can fire me. You know, I mean that's what happens. Yeah, you can fire me. I give a shit. Oh yeah, I got fired from Taco Bell because they gave me $8 an hour. I had a bad attitude about it. Sorry. You know, yeah, I expect more. I expect more from my time too. I really do. When I wait in a 2-hour line to go on a roller coaster, I expect it to be like the most fucking orgasmic, fucking mind-blowing shit, and it never is. That's the thing about life. When you get into the more expensive pleasures or whatever, when it comes to your time and energy and money, you just realize, like, man, a little whatever $3 drink could have went a lot farther. And that's really kind of the danger of it too. A lot of the fun stuff just kind of kills you, honestly. I'm not an advocate for drugs. Actually, I'm pretty against drugs. The hardest thing I've ever tried was, you know, marijuana. Or weed, you know, that's what I call it. But and even that, I mean, it's pretty cheap. It's cheap entertainment. Some people take it a little too far, you know. Some people make it like it's their personality and they buy it all the time. They smoke it every day or whatever. Hey, I'm not one to judge too much. I have friends that smoke a lot, but yeah, I think it's just kind of like it's taking it a little too far. It should just be more of an occasional thing. But you realize that's life. It's all just sort of an occasional thing. All right, I got to brush my teeth and shower and work out and prepare my meals. And I mean, it's like work, man. Even without a job, I feel like I'm doing like probably a solid 2 to 3 hours of work every day with no job, just like life upkeep. And I have about an hour a day of fun. And I'm not diagnosed with anything. I don't have depression. I mean, maybe I have depression. I'm not diagnosed with it. I'm not on any pills or anything. I feel pretty normal. I consider myself one of the most normal, average people there is. And I realize a lot of stuff just isn't worth it. But then, yeah, people want to have a kid because they can't find a hobby. That's really all it is. They can't find a hobby, and they need to create a friend, right? Because they can't earn a friend either. I mean, that's the other day. A little bit ago, one of my buddies was hanging out with his buddy's mom for whatever reason. I mean, they were all together. It wasn't just them, like on date or something, but whatever it was, they went to like a bar or something. And sorry if you're watching this, if this is your family or this is your friend or whatever, no names, but the person basically, his mom emphasized like, you know, like, oh, fuck friends, like family is so important, like that's like, you know, she was drinking and she basically like she was being rude kind of or whatever, that's what it sounded like, saying like, yeah, like fuck friends, like family's so much more important. Yeah, well, it's more important to people who don't have friends, right? I mean, it's more important to people who like can't keep friends. That's right. That's the thing. People, it's like it's a way out. It's a cop out. And it's the same thing for the teen moms or whatever. It's just like an easy way out for some people. That's the same thing with like the welfare people. A kid's just an easy way out of your, you know, whether you need to give yourself something to do from your mental anguish or your financial situation or whatever. Having a kid doesn't solve problems, truly. You think it does, but it doesn't. If your problem is, man, I'm getting kind of bored with life, like it's my hobbies really aren't cutting it anymore, and now it's not about surfing, it's about surfing with a teacup, right? And now it's not about a case of beer and a joke with my friends, it's about, you know, traveling to France and whatever your expensive hobby is, or going on whatever it is. You know, jet ski, you gotta go jet skiing every once in a while. You gotta go to your vacation home, your second home, your retreat, your retreat from your bustling, your busy work life, your successful whatever, you're a successful entrepreneur, and you need this. I love the term they use, this is my retreat, it's a retreat from the big city, it's my retreat, this is my vacation home. That, you know, their vacation home's 6 times as nice as my normal fucking home, you know what I mean? And 12 times as nice as someone else's in the fucking ghetto or wherever you live. You know what I mean? And it's their retreat. It's not good enough for them to live there, right? It's not good enough. It's the thing that you realize you just want more and more. It's the same thing with buying a new TV or anything. You get a new computer monitor, you get a new TV, and it's just like, it's really cool at first. It is. It's really cool at first, and then you kind of are less enthusiastic about it, and you kind of care less about it, and you're not as stoked about it, and then it just kind of becomes your life, you know? You just sort of get used to it. Oh, wow, I'm not, like, it's like the first couple weeks, or the first month even maybe, you're like, man, this TV's so sweet, like, wow, it's such, like, HD, like, this 4K or whatever it is, whatever the new gadget is, whatever the new thing is, like, it's so enthralling for, like, 2 weeks, and then you kind of just get used to it, and that's your new normal, right? And then next time you are on a worse TV, maybe you go visit a friend, it's just absolute dog shit, and you can't handle it. I mean that's even from personal experience. I'm like that. If I'm used to a certain standard of something, if I go somewhere and experience like a degradation of that standard that I'm used to, it's like pulling my teeth. It's just shit. And that's that lower standard, which I used to have, was perfectly adequate for me for the longest time, right? Until I upgraded. And that upgrade costs money. And the pleasure I get from it now is non-existent past the initial, you know, whatever, serotonin burst. See, and I will argue this though. There is a point of, if there's a point of starvation where you're so bad off financially or whatever regard, socially, financially, spiritually, you know, I'm not a religious person, but if you have zero, like if you're like absolutely starving in some regard of your life, there is a noticeable, you know, detrimental effect to your happiness. But there's the point where, okay, I can live like an okay whatever, like I can afford some basic shit. Once you're on that level, you will never be any happier. Trust me, you won't. You'll never be happier than you are now. Happiness comes from just good friends and hanging out, good conversations, having a laugh. That's what happiness comes from. It's satisfaction from doing something. Maybe you built something. Maybe you drew a picture. You know, I feel like if I draw a picture, I'm pretty satisfied. But then even that kind of fades away. I mean, I've drawn a lot. I've been told that I'm a pretty good artist or whatever, and you draw a picture and you feel kind of good about it. And then, I mean, even that. But yeah, that's a fine line too, right? What you actually, the difference between having zero and having enough, because once you have enough, it's really easy to kind of get into that mindset of like, well, the quality of food could be 5% better, so like that will really be my enough. Like that's really the point where I'm gonna be set. And you'll just be saying that your entire life until you're set for the grave. Really, that's what you're gonna be doing. So I don't know what this was about, this video. I don't even know how to title it. It's just life, right? Feeling claustrophobic, you know, this pandemic thing. I mean, I hear there's probably gonna be another lockdown. Dude, bring it on. Honestly, bring it on. Lock me down for 2 months. I don't give a shit. I'm already in lockdown. I've been in a perpetual state of half-assed lockdown for the last 6 months. Yeah, just give us a strict lockdown. I don't care. Like it's the end of the world, honestly. For some people, I don't know. I don't know. Is it gonna make your life harder? Is it un-American? The people who just want to go out, go bowling or whatever, fuck off, honestly. Just honestly. I don't know. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I don't know. Maybe it's conspiracy. Maybe the whole thing's fake, right? I mean, I know people who've had it, and it actually was scary. It was a scary thing. But I don't know, just feeling claustrophobic, right? Just life. Just general life talk. I don't know, education system, masks, again, always the stupid mask thing, just these fucking people. It's never gonna get better, because it's like there's always gonna be these people. And when it's not about masks, it's just gonna be about something else. It's just gonna be about the next stupid thing. That's what they say about cancel culture. It's like, this is ridiculous. Like, we can't have Nazism, right? Like, we can't have people talking about killing children. Like, that's got to be censored. I mean, there's a point where there shouldn't be how to kill your wife. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, there's certain things that shouldn't be aired. But it's just I don't know. Sorry, that's another subject. But it's just when it's not the mask thing, it's the same. These gun-ho freedom fighters, they're going to be complaining about some other stupid fucking thing, right? It's just these weird conspiracies. It's just called being a courteous human being. I mean, China and Japan did it for before the thing even happened, right? I mean, they were doing it for the longest time. So I don't know.